Hello everyone, welcome to Oliveboard. Myself Saloni Gupta, your ABM and ABFM educator in English medium. So as we all know that exams are very near for ABFM paper. So for that, I have brought a complete revision of Module A. So in this Module A, we will be revising each and every concept, each and every topic that is very relevant for your exam. So there's a complete coverage of all the topics, all the concept in this particular session. That is Module A. So let's start the series of Module A and let's revise all our concept. All the units, all the coverage of every unit module wise, starting from module A, then B, then D, and C. Okay, I will start with module A, module B, module D, and then module C. And which paper I'm taking? I'm taking paper ABFM and ABM. Okay, I'm taking two papers. So in this particular session, you will be getting the important concepts, coverage of all the important concepts of all the units and of all the modules. So we are starting with our module A, unit first, and the name of the module is Basics of Management. So before starting, please tell me my audibility, visibility, everything is fine, everything is perfect. Can we start our session? Can we move further? Please write yes or no. Is yes, everything is fine. So okay, let's start the session. So yes, so the name of the module is management process and it is the first unit that is basics of management. So before starting, my name is Saloni Gupta and in Oliveboard I'm educator of ABFM. I also cover paper ABM and central banking as elective paper. Now, so introduction, let's start with the introduction of you can say basics of management. The introduction of paper ABFM, it is already on the YouTube channel. You can go and visit. You can watch the introduction, the whole coverage of all the syllabus. Okay, the weightage of all the units. What type of questions come in the exam? What is the important criteria that you have to take consider? Okay, on each and every unit. All these things we have already discussed. So you can go and watch that session where the introduction of ABFM is there. Now, let's start with the introduction part of management. So, what is management? See, management is what it is just the synchronization of all the different activities. And what are those activities? That those activities are planning. We plan for anything. If we what else our goals are, what is our objectives are, we plan accordingly that. And to achieve those objectives, we make proper strategy. Okay, so management is what it includes all the activities for planning, staffing, directing, organizing, leading, human resource. Every activity is included in management because it is the consolidation of all these things. Why? To reach our goals efficiently and effectively. So one of the famous author, Henry Fayol, see, whenever the name of the any author comes in any slide, that slide itself becomes very important. Okay, direct questions can be framed from these statements. So Henry Fayol, according to him, he has said that to manage is what? To manage is to forecast. We forecast for our activities, for our organization, plan to organize the activities, to command, to coordinate, and to control. Normally, if you will see the functions of management, we have planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Okay, so this is the five functions of management. But Henry Fayol has given the functions of management in a bit different manner, that is forecast and plan, organize, then command, coordinate, and control. Now, what are the features of management? You can also say what are the characteristics of management. So it is a goal oriented process. We have a certain goal, we have a certain objectives, and to achieve those goals we work for that. So it is a goal oriented process. It is pervasive. Why? Because it is present at all levels of management. Everywhere in management, it is present. That is why it is pervasive. Clear? So in top manager also needs to manage certain things, whereas bottom level manager also needs to manage certain things. That is why management is what? It is pervasive. Then it is multidimensional, means it has various different dimensions. It works on different categories. Okay, it works for the junior level also, it works for the senior level also, it works for their human resource, it works for their internal organization. So it is multidimensional. Fourth is continuous process. Yes, we cannot say that one day you have managed, you have planned to do this activity, and the next day you have you don't have any idea how to carry on those activities. No, you need to be very consistent for everything. That is why it is an ongoing process, and ongoing process means it is a continuous process. It's not a one time function, it's a continuous activity. It is a group activity. Yes, there are many persons required to achieve a certain goal, to fulfill their objectives. Not a single person can be able to achieve their goals. Rather than a group of people are required to achieve their objectives. That is why it is known as it is a group activity. Then dynamic function, that it is dynamic, it has to adapt itself. We know that our environment is very uncertain. We need to we need to change according to the demands of the environment, according to the uncertainties that come in our way. So it is a dynamic function, and it is intangible in nature. Why intangible? Because we cannot see it, we cannot touch it. That is why it is intangible in nature. Now, levels of management. So we have three levels of management: top, middle, operational. The on the top layer, okay, on the top level of management, who are the persons included? All the chief executives officers, all the CEOs, CFOs, CSOs, CTOs, all the chief executive officers are situated at the top management. Okay, they are a part of top management. Whereas in management, middle level people include all the branch heads, they include all the manager heads like production manager, then marketing manager, operation manager, okay, then product department, sales department. So all the departments, all the branch heads are included where in middle level management. And whatever plans has been executed by the top management, top leader, they execute the plan, they make the plan, and it is the duty of the middle level managers to implement those plans. Which type of plan? Those plans which have been made by the top management. Operational management, they are also known as low level. Okay, so low level management, it includes all the junior level of persons, okay, all the inspectors, all the junior managers who has to follow the all the rules and regulation of the organization of the business purpose. Okay, whatever activities middle level person will assign to low level managers, they have to follow that. And if any type of grievances, any type of issues they are having, they can report it to the middle level management. They cannot report directly to the top management. First, they have to report to the middle management. Then, middle management will report to the top management. So, this is the proper hierarchy, and in this hierarchy, the management levels work. Am I clear with this? Tell me everything is clear till over here. Now, functions of management, very important. Functions of management are very important, and we have one extra unit for all these functions of management, like planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. So, in planning, what we do, we plan the activities, okay? We make the different strategies, okay? We make different methods how to achieve those objectives. That is our planning. That is what we do in our business organization to achieve our objectives, to achieve our goals. Now, second comes organizing. Organizing means what? When you have a certain plan, okay, when it is required to group all the activities in their own area, like the finance level of activities are recorded in the finance department, sales level of activities are recorded in the sales department, means when you organize all the activities, when you group all the activities, then it is known as organizing. Okay, grouping similar number of activities so that no type of confusion may occur, not any type of chaos may occur. So it is known as organizing. Clear? Then staffing. Staffing simply means putting the right person at the right place. Means the one who is eligible to perform a good job, that person should be placed in that particular job. Directing means to lead the person. Okay, the directors, the motivators, leaders, they are responsible for the organization to lead their employees, to direct them, to support them, okay? And finally, controlling. Oh, you have done all the activities, but if you don't know how to monitor those activities, how to control those activities, how to check whether you have done correctly or not, then it's of no use by doing all these activities. So controlling is the essence of the management. It is very important because it helps us to monitor the activities, that whether we have done correct or not. And if any deviation is found, okay, we need to improve that, we need to work on it. Now next, so management thought and approaches. So different managers, they take different type of thought in their business. They have different approaches for their business organization. So management thought and approaches are divided total in six parts. The one is classical or traditional school. Classical or traditional school, it says that we should use technology in our organization. If we will use technology in our organization, then the workload will be less. Okay, managers will perform more efficiently and effectively. Neoclassical or behavioral school, this talks about the behavior attitude of the employees, how they are acting, how they are reacting in any circumstances, what are their attitude. It talks about this. Quantitative school of management, it talks about all the, you can say, the all the quantitative data, okay, all the mathematical problems. If you want to solve any kind of problem, the mathematical problem, you need to follow the quantitative school or management science. Okay, it basically tells that different theories, different hypotheses we make to solve any kind of problem. So mathematical problem can be solved in such category. Okay, now system school of management, all the internal and external aspects are discussed over here. Contingency is that we talk about pestle. Okay, that is how, if there are two types of factors in the organization, the first is internal and the next one is external. Okay, internal means what? The one who are working in your organization, your internal within the organization, like your human resource, okay, like your machines, like raw material, okay, like your employees. So they are internal part. And external means those which can't, you cannot control them. Internal factors, you can control them. Whereas external factors, these are uncontrollable factors. You can't control them. Okay. So for this, we have PESTEL: political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environment. Clear? Now let's do it one by one. So in neoclassical or behavioral, they talk about the motivation. They say that different person gets motivated diversely. For example, there are different students in the class. Some students might get motivated with new bicycle if his father says that, okay, if you will bring good marks in your class, then I will buy a bicycle for you. Okay, this gets motivated with the chocolate. His father says that, okay, if you will bring good marks in your class, then I will buy a packet of chocolate for you. So different person, in the same way in organization also, different persons get motivated, diverse level of needs. Teamwork is there. Okay, and for this, there are two perspectives. The first is human relation, and the second is psychological. So in human behavior, okay, the first type of, you can say, theory is Maslow's hierarchy need theory. Abraham Maslow has given this particular theory, and he has defined the theories, the need in total of five stages. That beginning to top means from low to high. The first low level need has to be fulfilled, then a person moves from low level to high level. The basic level of need is physiological need, then comes safety needs, then love and belonging, esteem, and self actualization. As and when the person moves ahead, okay, his level of needs gets fulfilled. So, a person's basic level of need is what? The food, water, shelter. If this need is fulfilled, then a person's move to the next need. Now, what I want a secure job. I want a stability. Then he or she fulfills a safety level needs. Then after I have a good job, okay, I have a health insurance, I have a good security. Now I want my own family. I want my own social group. I want my own community. So love and belonging is the third level of need. Then Once this need has been fulfilled, the person moves to the fourth level need, that is self-esteem needs. Self-esteem means everybody should respect that person. Everybody should acknowledge that person. Clear? Now, the final level of needs comes that you want to be at that position where a few people is, like you can say Ambani sir. Everybody knows him, okay? Like our prime minister. Everybody knows him. Means you want at this position where few people can go and everyone should know them. That is self actualization. Okay, desire to accomplish everything that one. So this was Maslow's hierarchy of need theory in 5 stages given by Abraham Maslow. Then theory X and theory Y. Okay, see, in school also there are two types of students were there in the school. One is who does not want to work, who does not want to study, and another type of student is who is very active, who always brings good marks in the class. So, in the same way, organization also have two types of employees. The one who is very dormant, who does not want to work, who always want to, you can say, who does not want to take any kind of responsibilities. Whereas a y number of y people, okay, another type of employee who always want to work more hard, who always want to be in a part of the organization. So in the same way, organization also has two type of employees. So the one who is very dormant, they are considered as theory X employees, and the one who is very active, they are considered as theory Y employees. Clear? So theory X and theory Y, this is also one of the theory. Now, next is motivation hygiene theory. Okay, this theory is given by Herzberg two-factor theory. Herzberg has given this theory, that is why it is known as two-factor theory. Two factors are what? First is motivation and second is hygiene theory. So this theory states that the persons get motivated also if if they get, means two factors are there. The first is hygiene and the second is motivation. Okay, so this is known as two-factor theory. Herzberg motivation theory, this is the first name. Second name is two-factor theory. And third is dual factor theory. This theory, he says that if in the organization, when the hygiene factor is not there, it talks about the dissatisfaction and satisfaction. Okay. He says that when hygiene factors are not available in the organization, then the employees will definitely they will be get dissatisfied. But if motivation factors are not available in the organization, then it will not going to create any kind of impact on that person. But if we will motivate a certain employee, if we will motivate a particular employee in the organization, definitely they will be getting satisfaction. Like for example, certain for a certain day you are a banker, okay, you all every day you go to a bank, you see your laptop, you see your system, your chair, okay, your glass of water, everything was available there. It does not create any kind of impact on you. But on a certain day, if you visit to the bank and you see that your chair is nowhere, okay, your system is nowhere, then what happens? It will create a dissatisfaction. So that is what it is said. Then when hygiene factors are present, it will not going to create any impact, but their absence will definitely dissatisfy you. Similarly, when motivation factor is not present, it will not going to impact any people. It will not going to create any kind of impact on you. But if anybody motivates you, anybody gives you a gift, anybody praises you, then you will be satisfied. Okay, so this is what motivation hygiene theory. See, this session is of only 30 minutes, so we can't explain each and everything. Okay, so I highly request you to join the paid classes. In paid classes, we study in a very deep manner. So these are some motivation factors, achievement, recognition, okay, work itself. These are some motivation, and these are some hygiene factors. Like if salary every month the salary is being credited to your account, it does not give you any kind of big happiness. But if a certain month the salary does not get credited, then definitely you will feel dissatisfied. You will feel the status. All these comes under where hygiene. No. System School of Management, it talks about that you have to see, you have to analyze your external environment, external factors, and accordingly that you have to handle situation. Sometime like uh, you have seen the example of pandemic. The pandemic came, so nobody was ready for it, but still we have handled the situation. So the system school of management says that we need to understand the external environment, and accordingly that we have to handle the situation. If any kind of bad situation comes, then still we have to handle that. So it is given by whom? Daniel Cates, an American psychologist, and Ludwig von. These two people gave this particular approach. Hmm. A study was conducted by two leaders, okay, by two researchers. Where the study was conducted, it is very important. Study was conducted in two universities, okay, in Ohio State University and University of Chicago. What study was conducted? The study was conducted about the behavior of the employee, okay, about the relation of the employee. And both of the leaders, both of the researchers have found that everywhere in every university, in every organization, okay, everything is same. Just the name is only different. Were given only different names, rest everything is same. In Ohio State University finding, they have found that the leader behavior is uh, the behavior of leader is justified only when he built a good relation with the senior members, okay, when he has a concern for people. In University of Chicago, the relation can be developed only when they can encourage social interactions, they involve the respect and trust, and they empower people. Only you will see the name is different, rest everything is same. Here also good relation gives the values given to good relation. Here also relation oriented. Then initiating structure leader behavior. That is, if you will plan good, if you will organize your activities, if you will implement those, if you will align your roles to the one those who want to those whom you want to assign them. So if everything goes in a proper manner, then organization will definitely achieve its target. So this is what written by Ohio State University findings. In Chicago findings, what it said that we have to define the structure for achieving our business goals. Okay, we emphasize on planning, they emphasize on prioritize. Okay, and there is a system also. If you have done the if employees have done a good job, they will be rewarded. If they have done a bad job, they will be punished. So in task also, the both the findings have said that the everything is same, just the name is different. Okay, here also proper structure should be formulated for planning. Here also planning emphasis should be given on planning. Done. Now, total quality management. Okay, that is known as TQM. So, total quality management says that it talks about the quality. That if in a business organization, if your business is like a product or service based business, so you need to deliver your product, your service in a very good quality. So this TQM focuses on the management of an organization for what? For delivering high quality goods and services to its clients, to its customers. The four main elements are employee involvement. So if there is involvement of the employees, we get to know that what type of products we should launch. Okay, what type of clients they are catering. We should cater the clients. We should cater the customers. So employee involvement, it tells all the aspect related to the customers, because every employee is dealing with different customers. So they know better that which type of customer will what type of need they want. So employee involvement is also important for making the quality products. Then the customer focus. We should produce only those products which are customer oriented. That is, we are catering to the customer, so we should prepare the products related to customer. Then standardization, that is proper quality should be maintained, proper standards should be followed, and continuous monitoring. And with all these things, we should monitor continuously so that nothing bad can happen in our organization. If any bad thing happens, or if any bad impact is there in the organization, we have to monitor that and we have to remove as quickly as we can. So continuous monitoring is very important if we are catering to consumers' need. So this TQM, it has 14 principles, also very important. Those principles are okay. So it covers 14 principles that are that is related to what the quality of the products. Then learning organization. Now, what is learning organization? See, from the name itself, it is clear. Learning means what? Something which you learn by share. Okay, if you will learn more, you will going to share more. So it says that a learning organization is defined where all the employees are taking part in solving the problems. Okay, if any problem is there in the organization, everyone is coming to solve the problem, everyone is sharing the knowledges, and if you do so, then you will enhance your knowledge, so it will enhance your capacity to grow, as well as it will build a good rapport between you as well as your manager. So it is defined as an organization where all the employees they take part in identifying and solving the problems which it faces. Clear? So there are five disciplines of learning organization: the personal mastery, shared vision, mental model, team learning, and systems thinking. So what is systems thinking? That is interdependence among all people and process. Means we should we should work in a collaborative manner. Okay, we should work in a team. There should be a teamwork, there should be a proper coordination among members of the organization. Okay, that is what the system thinking should be. The personal mastery, that whatever commitment we are giving to the organization, to the business, okay, we should fulfill that. Team learning, that whatever we learn, we should share with others as well. Individuals share what they have learned, so the team becomes more knowledgeable. And mental models means what? Exchange unwanted values, new and applicable values. So we should ignore all those things which are creating the bad impact in our environment, in our organization, and we should follow our all moral values. Proper ethics should be followed. Shared vision, that everyone has their own vision. Okay, so we should respect their vision, and everyone is working to achieve their own mission of the organization. Whatever the mission of the organization is, everyone is working for that with their different visions. Okay, so this was all about learning organization. So yes, we have completed our unit 1. Okay, important things I brought in this session, because it's an half hour session, and it is impossible to complete the whole unit in half an hour. So paper ABFM, I'm taking two papers, covering two papers. First is ABFM from 8:30 to 9 p.m. and the second one is ABM, and this will start from 9 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Okay, half an hour sessions will be there, and we will cover the most important topics, most important concept we will be covering in every unit, because it is impossible to complete a whole unit in 30 minutes. So the most important units, most important topics we will going to cover in a particular unit session. Done. So yes, if you're new to the channel, kindly subscribe the channel, and if you think that my videos are helpful to you, okay, you are learning anything from my video, then please like the video and share it with others as well. So let's start with our unit 2. Unit 1 we have completed yesterday. So those who have not watched those videos, I highly request you to watch the session. It is on the YouTube channel itself. Okay, and today we will be starting with unit, that is planning. The name of the unit second is planning of paper ABF. Now what is planning? See, we have done that. In our first unit, we have seen the functions of management. Okay, there are five functions of management, starting from planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Okay, we have seen our five functions of management. Now, planning is the first function of management, and it is very crucial for any business organization. Why? Because the foundation, the basis start from the planning itself. So planning is what? It is a process of deciding in advance how you will going to do a particular task, what are your objectives, how you will going to achieve those objectives, how you will going to achieve those goals, when you will going to do it, okay, what are your goals. So everything is related to what? Planning. So it is the function of management. It involves setting goals and developing a course of action. Okay, so you have a certain target, and if you want to achieve these targets, so you have to prepare a proper plan for achieving these targets. So it is the most basic of all management functions. Okay. It helps in setting objectives, defining methods, selecting different alternatives, and the one which is best for your organization, you will going to select that. Now, next is importance of planning. Importance of planning, you can also say this as significance of planning. Okay, so planning is very important for our organization. Without planning, no other task can take place. So planning is the first and foremost function of management for any business organization. Now, what are its importance? It reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. See, we know that in our environment, the resources are very limited. So it is very important to use your resources very carefully so that you may not waste those resources. You may not overlap those resources. Okay. So it planning with the proper planning, it will help us to reduce the overlapping of any resources and the wasteful activities which is occurring. We need to stop that with the help of planning. Again, it promotes innovative ideas. If there are many people in the organization working together, so every individual is expert in their own field. So definitely if they will come together for a plan to make a certain plan, then definitely they will give their more ideas. So it will promote the innovative ideas. Establishes the standards for controlling. Why? Because I have taught you in our paid classes that planning and controlling both go hand in hand. Without planning, controlling is of no use, and without controlling, planning is wasteful. So they both are interrelated, interdependent to each other. It provides direction, it helps to achieve a certain goals, it reduces the risk of uncertainty. We know that our environment is uncertain. So in order to reduce the uncertainty, we need to identify the risk. And once the risk has been identified, there are different techniques from which you can minimize those risks. And it is helpful in making decisions. Now, what are the steps in planning? First of all, you will find the opportunity. You will analyze the opportunities which has came to your way. Okay. Then after that, you will establish the objective. For what purpose do you want to achieve this goal? After establishing objectives, you will develop the premises. You will develop different structure in order to achieve those goals. Then you will identify different alternatives. Okay, after planning, different things are being sorted in front of you. Now you have to decide which one is best, which you will carry best for your organization, which will help in developing your goals, developing your organization. So identifying alternatives which are best suited for that planning purpose. After identifying, you will going to evaluate that. You will select which is good for organization. Suppose one, two, three, four, and this is fifth. Suppose all this alternative is good for our organization. If this not works, then I will go with this. After, okay, you will do the evaluation, you will evaluate, and after that, you will select the best alternative. Yes, I will go with this. After selecting the alternative, you will frame a proper plan for your organization. Once the proper plan has been framed, then every member of the organization they will follow up and they will check the plan whether that plan is working or not to achieve your targets. Am I clear with this? Sure. Now next. So a SMART goal. There's a one term, okay, which is known as SMART goal. That is goal objectives should be very smart. SMART means what? The acronym SMART is specific. It should be specific means it should be to the point. It's not that it should not be illogical. It should be to the point. Measurable. That is you can measure it. You can measure in quantitative terms as well as qualitative. Achievable, that your goal should be achievable, you can achieve the goal. If I say you that break the stars and moons from the sky, I will break the stars and moons from the sky. So tell me, is this goal a achievable goal? Can you achieve this? Can you go and break the stars from the sky? No, you can't achieve this. So goals should be that which can be achievable, which a person can achieve. It should be realistic, that is, it should be logical, and it should happen in a between time bound. It's not that you have framed your goal on 1st January 2025 that in 3 years I'm going to, okay, in 3 years I'm going to set up this building. Okay, this is my target to make a new building for our educate for our R&D purpose. Now you are working, but you are not going to set that. Okay, you are not covering your goals what you have planned, so it is taking a lot of time. It's not that whatever you have planned for your organization, it should be done within a time, that within certain time frame. So then only your goal can be known as a smart goal. Then next term is management by objective. So this term is given by whom? Peter F. Drucker. Okay. In his book, which book? The Practice of Management. And this book was published in the year 1954. So see, MBO, it says that whatever goals, whatever objectives you have framed for your organization, both manager as well as the employees both should work together to achieve those goals. Both should work together to achieve your targets. So management by objective, it is a strategic management model that improve the performance of an organization by clearly defining your objectives. And see, it is written over here that it should be agreed by both management and employees. It's not that the employee is going in this direction and the owner is going in this direction. No, both should go in the same direction. Then only goals can be achieved in a proper and smooth manner. So the management employees work together to fulfill the same mission by having defining their clear intentions, by having proper communication between both manager and employees. And it is designed to align objectives through align objectives means you should match your goals with the objectives so that whatever commitment the employee has given to you for the organization, they should perform well. Now, what are the steps required in MBO? First of all, set the goal of the company. Then align your goals with the goal of the objectives of the company. After that, you have to, it is mandatory to monitor that whether the goals are achieving in a proper manner or not, whether the progress is happening or not in a continuous basis. After that, evaluate the performance. Everything is okay, then you can move forward. If anything is going down, okay, it is not going smooth, then you have to check and you have to ensure that in future it might not happen again. And after that, if everything is okay, fine, then at last the owner will reward their employee for performing better, for the better performance. Yes. Now, next is environmental analysis. Yes, if we have our organization, it is important for an organization, for any business organization, to examine all the factors of their organization, be it internal factors, be it external factors, whatever factors are there, you need to analyze that. You need to study that. You need to study your competitors. You need to study your customers, what their demand are, how they are reacting in the environment. So everything we need to make a proper analysis so that both internal as well as external factors can be done in a proper manner. Okay, so that have impact on the performance of the organization. It categorizes the changes, forces that affect your startup either directly or indirectly. So see, internal factors are those factors which are controllable. You can control them, you can change them, you can modify them. But external factors are those factors which are uncontrollable. You can't control them. Okay, you need to study properly that. Now, what are the process of environmental analysis? First of all, you will identify all the factors which is happening beside you, okay, which is happening behind you in your organization. After identifying, you will scan, okay, you will examine all the things that is this good for my organization? Is this bad for my organization? After scanning, you will analyze the process, whatever you have taken the help of your external factors. Are they working well? Are your internal members of the organization working well? You will analyze. After that, you will forecast for the future us. If any mistake has been done, it should not repeat in the future. You will forecast it, you will predict it for the future. Now, I have told you the external factor. In external factor, the pestle comes. P stands for political. It includes all the political stability, all the corruptions, everything related to political intervention. It is included in political, that is in P. Okay, tax policy, funding grants. Then in economic, what happens? It will tell you all the exchange rate, all the interest rate, inflation, deflation, is if there is any kind of recession. Okay, all these things will be included under economic in pestle. That is E stands for economic. Then S stands for social, that is in your social, in your community. Social means what? The community where you are living. So in community, you will be seeing the population growth. This is an external factors, all these things you can't control it. Then technological, emerging technologies, all the intangible assets, tangible assets, R&D. So all this will come under technological aspect. Then legal means what? Everything related to laws. So all these are also the external factors. Laws, you cannot control them. The law which has been formulated, you need to follow that. Then environmental, that is the climate change, environmental change. So all these are uncontrollable. Now, company, a business organization has to understand its SWOT. SWOT means what? The strength, the how company is working well. Okay, what are the strength of the company? Okay, they need to analyze, they need to read their competitors. Are this company is having the skilled staff, knowledgeable staff? Okay, you should analyze your strength. Then weaknesses, where you are lacking behind from others. You should understand that. Things your company lacks. Things you have to see why your competitor is ahead of you. Why you are not ahead of them. Limitation of resources. Then opportunities, different opportunities which are coming to your way. You can grab those opportunities. Like you can retain your customers, the loyal customers. Okay. How much media is covering your business. So it is your opportunity. You can showcase them their skills. Okay. You can showcase them your skills. If there are few competitors in your area, then it is also a very good thing. Why? Because if there are few competitors, then you have the monopoly of certain things. And threat means the danger. What danger activities are occurring? Okay. uh, and what you need to do with that. Emerging more and more competitors. If there is a negative press media, they will uh, show a bad about you to the other channels. So this is what this creates a bad impact. Okay, changing customer attitude towards the company. If customers' attitude are changing repeatedly, then it is also bad for the company. Now, what is contingency planning? See, contingency planning means what? We plan for our business organization, but what happens if any emergency comes in our way? Any emergency comes in our organization. If certain plan does not work, then have you your plan B? Okay, do you have any other extra plan in backup? So this is what contingency plan. Every business organization, they make their backup plan also. If in case the first plan does not work, they can take the help of their second plan, that is the back. So contingency plans is basically, it is prepared for potential emergencies. Okay, it is also known as alternate planning or plan B, so that if first plan cannot work, you can take the help of the second plan. Why? For minimizing the risk associated. Now, forecasting and types. We know that for our business organization, we need to predict future happenings also, what in future can happen. So we need to forecast that. So forecasting comes in three ways: the short term, medium, and long. Long term is for 5 years into the future. So long term forecasting, it will take a lot of time also. It will take a lot of energy also, because you are investing more on R&D. If you are in forecasting for long period of time, let's say for 10 years, 15 years, you need a lot of amount of money, you need a lot of resources. So it is a bit expensive one. Medium term means from 1 to 2 years. So capacity planning, sales forecast, everything should be used in a medium manner. And short term is that for a very few times. Okay, that is one day, to 1 year or less than 1 season. So over here, time will also be less. Okay. Then energy you are giving, that will also be less. The efforts you are giving to your company in forecasting for a short period of time, that will also be less. Okay. So yes, this was all about unit 2, the most important concept. Okay, I have brought in this particular unit because it is not possible to complete each and every aspect. So the most important concept from where questions do repeat in the exam, I have covered those topics. Here, basics of management and planning. Today we have to start the third unit of module A, that is organizing. Okay, now let's start the session. I hope I am audible. My PPT slide, everything is properly visible to you all. Start the Okay, so let's start the series of module A. Now, in yesterday's class, we read about the planning. Okay, what is planning? And in planning, we have seen that planning means what? To deciding what to do in advance. Okay, deciding everything in advance, what to do, when to do, how to do. Now, we have decided, we have made a proper plan. Now it's time to organize all the activities. Okay, organize all the tasks into a different departments. So organizing means what? It involves assigning tasks to each and every individual according to their expertise, then grouping tasks into different departments. Suppose in product department, there are certain people who know the how to manage the product. Okay, they will be assigned in this particular department. Then in marketing department, those person we will be including those persons who know how to do marketing, who know how to acquire the customers. Okay, so we will group them in this particular department. So departments delegating them authority, allocating different resources to different individuals so that they can perform their best. Organizing basically means what? Okay, identifying the activities. Once you have identified the activities, now you have to assign all the activities according to the expertise of your employees. Okay, you have to create different departments. Similar nature of the persons will be grouped in that particular department. So it is some again management function. It follows after planning, assignment of tasks, grouping of tasks in departments, assignment of authority. Okay, so all these things are included where in organization. Most important, the steps of organizing. So, what are the steps of organizing? The first is identifying and dividing the work. Okay, first there are number of works, there are number of persons you have to identify and you have to divide the work according to their calibers. Second, departmentalization. See, this is the you can say CEO, the top manager. This person is making different departments, and in this particular department, different persons are working. After that, you have to assign the duties to them. Okay, according to their expertise, you have to assign them duties so that they can perform well because they know how to perform the activity if they are well much trained in that particular work. After the fourth step, that is the last step. After that, what you will do, you will establish reporting relationship. You will report that which person has done which kind of work, okay, how much task they have completed in time. The reporting to whom? The top manager. And who will report? The middle level managers will report. Yes. So these are the four steps of organizing. The most important, identifying and dividing of work, then departmentalization. Once the work has been divided, then group them in similar nature of departments. Assignment of duties and establishing reporting relationships. Then types of organization. So we are in this particular business. So we have to see that there are different types of organization. So types of organization are centralized and decentralized. Okay, line staff, functional on the basis of functions we are grouping them, and committee organization. Let's do one by one. So centralization is what? When the power making authority when the power making authority lies with whom? Lies with the top management. That is called centralization. Okay. But when the power making authority is what? It is divided, it is distributed among all the members who are working in the organization, then that is known as decentralization. So it is vertical, that is, suppose A, B, C, D, it will go in a scalar chain. Okay. And in decentralization, it is open and free, that any person can distribute their task to any other person. So it is slow and it is comparatively faster. It lies with whom? It lies with the top management. It includes coordination and leadership. And here, multiple people are there and they have the power of decision making. Why? Because it has been distributed by the top manager. Now, line and staff organization. It is what line organization is a very old type of organization. And line and staff organization, it combines what? It combines old method also plus the new method. It is a management structure that combines traditional business model with industry expert. Okay, to make what large organizations more flexible so that everyone can work in their own manner. There is more flexibility and less rigidity. So you can see over here that there is managing director. Okay, under this managing director, the production manager and foremanship. Now, so managing director is again divided into four departments. Under this four departments work the financial advisor, technical, economic assistant to managing director. Under production manager, four departments work: R&D, system. So this is what this is. One is line, this is line, and these are what? Staff. So line plus staff organization. Function organization is where functions, they have been divided, they have been, employees have been grouped into departments based on their areas of specific functions, particular functions. So like for example, there are different persons. These two persons know how to uh, they know very well the finance, so they can put in the finance department. They know very well how to manage customers, so they can assign the work of to the customer acquisition, customer orientation. Okay, so it means that employees are should be grouped according to their expertise in different departments on the basis of their functions. It is known as functional organization. So functional organization, here is the CEO, that is the top manager. Okay, and this top manager, it under this four departments are there: sales, production, finance, IT. And under sales there are more sub departments. Okay, like sales manager, senior manager, assistant manager. So these are being divided according to their functions. According to their functions, they will perform in the organization. Clear? Now, what is committee organization? See, what happens, you are working in organization, different peoples are working in organization. So definitely they will be having conflict also. They will be having different kind of issues also. So what happens if any kind of issue occurs in such organization? So the leader, what they form a committee to resolve those issues. And in this committee, who are the persons belong to? Those persons who have a lot of experience, okay, for the organization. They have worked in the organization since a very long years, for the past 15, 20 years. So they know very well that what are the issues that may occur in the organization and how to resolve. A group of individuals, they combine together to form a committee, and in this committee the experienced persons are included. A group of individuals who have come together to solve issues that are experienced by the organization. It is known as committee organization. Committee organization, it includes the group of individuals who come from different fields and they have a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience to resolve the issues, to address the challenge which has been faced by the organization. So as you can see over there is a chart, okay, for resolving the problems related to finance. There is finance committee, then purchase committee. So board of director has formed different committees that they can solve their own expertise area. Okay, they can solve their own areas. For promotion, production manager. So different departments are being formed with the help of, their issues can be resolved with the help of these committees. Now, Again, organization structure, the structure of the organization, it has two structure. One is formal, second is informal. Formal organization structure is also known as official, and informal organization, it occurs with the relationships, and it occurs what spontaneously. There is no intention to make such kind of informal organization. It occurs spontaneously. So a formal organization is a group of people with a what set of rules, and they have to follow the rules, the guidelines, the principles of the organization. So these organizations, they are deliberately constructed, okay, and they know the division of labor and power. Which person has which kind of power and what type of work they will going to perform in the organization. Examples are church, hospital, companies, institutions, schools, colleges. Informal organization, it occurs with a social structure, okay, that is made up of what relationships and interactions, social norms, and they are dynamic, means they can adapt themselves quickly. You know that your nature behavior somewhat is matching, somewhat matched with the another person who is the employee of that organization. So you know your thoughts are matching, so you can easily become friends together. So it occurs dynamically, means you can change quickly. Flat structure, because it has a few level of authority. Nobody will going to uh, you can say, nobody will going to say you have to perform this work, okay. None of the person will give you the authority, so there is very less chances of giving authorities. It emerges what spontaneously. Then it improves formal organization. It can also help to solve problems. If your friend knows that you are in problem, then might this friend come and help you in your field. So it happens that they can solve the problems as well. Again, this is important. The organization charts are what which includes the all aspect of the organization from top to bottom. Means there are two charts, one is master and one is supplementary. So master chart, what it includes all the entirety of the formal organization. Means who are working in your organization, okay, what are your targets, how you will achieve going to achieve your goals, okay, all the list of the persons who are working in your organization, number of departments, what type of policies you are approaching. So all these things are included under master chart, whereas supplementary chart, it helps in the basically responsibilities, authorities that exist in that particular department. Means, see, in every department there are different responsibilities. Every person has given authority, also somewhat authority given to complete this work, to complete that kind of work. So they have been given authority, responsibility and accountability. So this is the what who will look this the supplementary chart. It will provide a deep understanding, okay, the deep look of authority, responsibility and accountability in every specific department. Next is the types of organization culture. Yes, if we are working in the organization, definitely we are having multiple people who are coming from different backgrounds, who are coming from different culture, okay, who are coming from different regions. So their choice, their taste, their preferences, everything will be different. So we have a multiple culture in our organization structure. So there are types of organization structure. First is clan. Clan means what? When you have a good coordination between you and the member of the companies, okay, better teamwork, a good participation. Adhocracy means it is very you can say a very risk taking, okay, means you don't know what type of work you will going to get, okay. So risk taking, uncertainties, they will come into your way. How you can challenge those uncertainties, how you can handle those uncertainties, okay. So these are what, these are the external focuses. Internal, there is a clan and hierarchy. A proper hierarchy is made, and you will be told that you have to report to this person. Suppose B can only report to C, C can report to D, A cannot directly report to D. So proper hierarchy is there, a control is there. You have to follow this proper hierarchy, and it is also known as a scalar chain. Yeah. Market, it also comes under external focus. Market means what? You need to analyze the market conditions. Okay, what is happening in the market? You need to analyze the customers, how you will going to achieve your customers, the target customers, the competitors. You know that the same type of product you are launching and the competitor is also launching. Now, how you will going to uh, be ahead of the competitor, how you will going to achieve your target customers. So all these things comes under external focus, and this type of culture we need to analyze before reaching to our potential customers. Okay, so it should be customer driven, result oriented, what result you are getting, okay, from the competitor. Suppose competitor result is good and your result is not good, then what are the areas where you have lagged behind? So you need to improve that, you need to analyze that, and you need to work that. Next is authority and responsibility. Authority means what? It means the right to give orders, and responsibility means what? It means the obligation which you have to perform. So the one who gives responsibility, that person lies in the top level. This is the person who will give you what? Who will give you responsibility, and this person will take the authority. So, in the context of any specific job, function, or situation, authority is what? It refers to the formal right to give orders, okay, legal power that is holder of the job. Now, and what is responsibility? Responsibility means what? You have to perform that work, which whatever work you have been assigned, you have to perform that work. It means responsibility. A subordinate's duty is known as what? Responsibility. So, superior will give you the authority, and you have to perform what? Responsibility. Okay, this person has the authority. He or she will tell you that you have to perform all these works in the organization. Now this person is being obliged to perform, okay, so he is being obligated to perform the responsibilities, okay, delegated by the superior. Clear? Now, next is Levin's change management control. Again, important topic. Okay, Levin's change is what? There is a person known as Kurt Lewin. He was a German American psychologist, and he has been called the founder of social psychology. He said that there are three types of changes included in the organization. Okay, if you want to change the organization, first of all, you have to change your person. Okay, you need to prepare a change your for the change which you want to do in the organization. So Levin's three stage of change include unfreeze, change, refreeze. First, you have to prepare for a desired change. Okay, if you want to do any kind of changes in the organization, you need to prepare your employees for a desired change, then implement that desired change. After implementing, okay, you need to adopt that new change, that is refreeze. Now next is McKinsey 7S model. So McKinsey 7S model, it gives the total 7S. Okay, it analyzes the company's new organizational design. In the organization, what type of things you need to have focus more, that is S stands for the structure of your company. How is your structure? Is your structure a authoritative structure? Is your structure a participative structure? So this particular structure defines that particular company. Then the system, okay, you need to follow each and every system of the organization. It's not that suppose A is giving powers to B and suddenly B will give power to A. No, a proper system should be there, a proper hierarchy should be there. Style, what type of style you are adopting in your leadership. Your staff means what? Your HR. Okay, you need to take care of your staff also. Skills, what are the skills required to perform a particular kind of job? You need to provide different skills to your employees. If they are not having sufficient skills, then you need to give them that training. And strategy, the goal strategy to achieve your goals. So goal of the model is to depict how effectiveness can be achieved in an organization through the seven structure, through the seven key elements, interaction of these seven P's. So it is known as McKinsey 7S model. So the 7S model is given by whom? McKinsey. Then Edgar. Okay, EDCAR model. EDCAR model is what? When you have to bring the change, you have to create awareness in your organization. Okay, suppose if you want to bring any kind of change in your organization, bringing any change in an organization, so first of all you have to create awareness. You have to aware your employees that these are the things which I want to change in our organization, because your organization is working. Your organization is the main head is what the top level, who is sitting at the top level, is the main head. But the other people, your human resource, they are helping your organizations to achieve your target. So if you will not going to aware them, then how you are expecting a good result from your employees? So first of all, you need to put aware. Okay, you need to aware them, announce the change to employees well ahead of your time. Then a proper desire. Okay, you need to create the desire in your employees so that they also want a quick change. Then provide knowledge ki why we are changing our internal business. For these are the reasons, and for these reasons, for this type of skill gaps, we need to change our environment. So provide training or coaching to show what employees need to do after the changes take place. So you need to provide them the changing before the change of your organization, and once the organization changes, then also you need to provide them a proper training and proper knowledge with the help of training. Okay, after this, ability means that you have changed your internal organization. Now your internal organization is how much capable of achieving your goals, of achieving your targets. Okay, so you need to adjust all the process accordingly. If required, you need to adjust that. And after adjusting, you also need to monitor the performance, because without monitoring, you can't come to the conclusion that I'm doing good or I'm doing bad. So monitoring performance is also a very crucial step in every business organization. Okay. And reinforcement means what? That is, you have changed the environment, you have changed your internal business organization, and you are monitoring the change over time to ensure that it is fulfilling your obligations or not, it is fulfilling your desire or not. If you what for what reason you are changing your internal organization, is that fulfilled or not? So you need to look that also. Okay, once you have fulfilled all the criteria, then you can go ahead. If not, if you are seeing that no, I want more improvement in my organization, then you can do further for the improvements. Okay, that is reinforcement. Uses positive feedback, reward, recognition to encourage employees. So you need to, if they have done a good work, you have to provide them a reward, recognition. If they have not done a good work, then you can punish them also. So this is reinforcement. To start a new unit, that is unit number 4. Okay, we have completed unit 1, 2, and 3 in the previous sessions of our YouTube. So you can go and watch them if you have not watched yet. Today, the fourth unit will be started, and the name of the unit is staffing. Okay, of paper ABFM. So let's start. What is staffing? Okay, we have seen that in management there are 5 functions of management. Okay, starting from planning and ending controlling. That is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Okay, so staffing is what? It is the third function of management. So staffing means what? It simply means that putting the right people on the right place. Okay, on the right place means on the right job. Suppose this is the person. Okay, this person knows the finance very well. Okay, so it's the duty of the organization that you should put this particular person in the finance department only. Why? Because this person has the expertise in finance department. So means putting the right people at the right place. Okay, this is what this is. Now let's read the bookish language. That is, in management, staffing refers to the recruitment of various people, okay, on the basis of their knowledge, their experience, their talent, their skill. So on the basis of all these factors, we should place them at the right position. It is putting people to job. It begins with planning, and it includes all the functions like recruitment, selection, training, development, performance appraisal, promotion, everything is included in the function of staffing. According to Peter Drucker, okay, this is very important, like man of all the resources, Man of all the resources accessible to man can grow and develop. Means Peter Drucker have said that all the resources which can access a person who can access all the resources, okay, so he can grow also, he can develop also with those resources. Now, what are the facets of staffing? Facets means what are the components of staffing? So we have three components: recruitment, selection, training, and development. So recruitment is what? Recruitment is said to be a positive, whereas selection is said to be a negative phase. Recruitment means what? It means you are taking a number of candidates for your organization. Okay, there is a vacancy in your organization. Okay, the need has been emerged to hire a good candidate. So you are attracting a pool of qualified candidates for the job openings. So it is a positive function, and whereas selection is what? It is a negative function. Why? In selecting, you are eliminating the candidates. In recruitment, you are taking all the candidates, whereas in selection, you are eliminating the candidates. So that is why it is said to be a negative. Clear? Selection is what? It is a process of evaluating and choosing the most appropriate candidate. In recruitment, suppose 100% you have recruited 100%, and the jobs are only, let's say, 70. Now from this 100%, you need to select the most suitable candidates who can fill all these 70 vacant positions. So from 100 you are selecting, okay, you are selecting what? You are selecting 70%. That 70 is what? Is it is the selection. So that henceforth it is known as what? Negative process, because you are eliminating 30 of your candidates. So it is called negative, whereas recruitment is clear. And what how we select? We do the proper interview, proper written test, okay, that test, background references. So all these things are the factors, are the criteria that we see while selecting the candidate. After selecting, you should provide them a proper training. Okay, if they have been provided a proper training, then they can do a good job in the organization. And hence, if their skills are motivated, if their skills are developed, then definitely in organization there is a growth. Am I clear with all these 3 points? Motivated, their skills are developed. Okay. This phase it focuses on what? Enhancing the employee's skill and knowledge. So training means what? Training it helps to develop the skill of an employee, and in development the overall factors we take. Okay. Training is what? Training is for short term. It is basically for the development of specific skills, whereas development is for it is for long term. So this is very important. Clear? Now, what are the significance of staffing? Significance, you can also say what are the importance of staff. So, staffing importance, efficient management function. Yes, it is one of the efficient management functions. Optimum utilization of resources. We need to use our human resources optimally, because resources are very limited in nature. And if the human resource are there in the organization, we need to take care of them, because ultimately these are the people who will bring growth in our organization. So, hence, to use in an optimum way, in a good way, it is necessary for an organization. Next is personal development to meet future company requirements. Yes, personal development means again human development. If there is a development of your employees, human, definitely your organization will also be developed. And staff morale and motivation. So time to time we should provide motivation to our employees by the way of following manners like giving benefits. Okay. Now, what is recruitment? So we have seen recruitment means what? Hiring individuals who are most qualified for a particular job. And there are certain, okay, you can say the stages in the recruitment process. First of all, you need to see that why need has been arise. Okay, what is the need to hire a person in our organization? Okay, once you have identified the need, then you will see the recruitment strategy. You will prepare the strategy. After proper strategy, you will apply. Okay, you will draft a description of the job, that these are the details which we want from our candidates. Then you will publicize the position. Okay, you will locate all on the application portals. On different portals you will provide the application. After that, candidates will go and search, they will examine the application. Okay, then interview is being conducted once they have applied. After conducting interviews, the recruiters, what they do, what the HR member, they will evaluate the candidates. Okay, they will check their background. Then after that everything is fine, then they will make a proper decision of checking references. When after making decision, they will check the references. After checking references, they will prepare an offer letter of the employment. Once the letter has been made, the candidate is hired to the organization, and once the candidate is hired, you will onboard those candidates to your office, to your department. Okay? So this is the primary stage of the recruitment process, and it is very important. Done with this, all of this. Okay, so we have 15 different stages that are involved in the process of what? In the process of recruitment. And every stage is what? Very important. The types of recruitment. So definitely, if we are doing recruitment in the organization, so there are different types of recruitment. The first is given internal recruitment. Internal, from the name itself, it is very clear that you are recruiting any candidate from your internal organization, from within your organization. That is the process of filling open positions within a company with current staff members from the organization. Means currently those who are working in your organization, you are filling the vacant position from those currently working people in your organization. Suppose there is a vacant position for product department. Okay, and there are, suppose, different peoples who are working in your organization. Now if you know that there are certain peoples who have less work, okay, in the these two people are having a less work, okay, they are not having more pressure. So, and you know that they well know about the product department, because earlier in the previous company they have worked in such departments. So now you can, okay, you can hire this particular person and you can put in this particular vacant position. So this is what, this is a type of internal recruitment. Am I clear? No. Retained recruitment is what? It is a type of recruitment, okay, where a business organization, they will pay a fee. Fee to whom? To the recruitment firms. Okay, there are different recruitment firms in our country, and they will pay a particular fee to the recruitment firms, and they will ask that, can you give me a proper candidate who can work in this particular vacant position? Okay, so if they can do, then you can pay them, then you can give them a recruitment fees, and they will give you the candidate to work in your vacant position. So retained recruitment is a type of recruitment where an organization pays what? Recruitment firm a retainer fee. The fee is known as a retainer fee in order to have the access to the firm's candidate. The firm will then work with the organization to find best candidate. And once this recruitment firm will let that, yes, this is the particular person who can work in your company, then the firm will go, okay, they will go and find the candidate so that this second position can be filled in a good manner. Okay, so this is retained recruitment. Whereas contingency recruitment, it is also a type of retained recruitment. But here, what happens? It only happens when a person has been allotted. Then only the company will pay the fee to that third party agency. So contingency recruitment, it is a recruitment model where a company hires a third party agency. A company, what company will do? He will hire a third party agency, and he will tell to this third party agency to find a proper candidate for filling the vacant position. Once this third party agency have given the candidate, okay, then only this third party agency will be given fees. And the agency is only paid if the candidate is hired. This model is known as no win, no pay. Means once you will give us a candidate, then only you will get in return the money. Otherwise, because the agency does not receive payment unless they successfully place a candidate. The difference is what in these two? In retained recruitment, what happens? The recruitment firm, okay, they will ask for the retainer fee. They will tell the organization that we have searched for these candidates. Okay, you can see them. If they are good for your organization, then only you can hire them. Whereas in contingency recruitment, what happens? They will only get the fee once they have let you the candidate, once they have given you the candidate. Then. Outplacement recruitment is what? See, this type of recruitment, this type of service is provided to those members who have laid off from their company or who have been fired from the company. So such kind of recruitment helps the company, helps the employees, those who have laid off, to find a new job. Outplacement recruitment, what? It is a service that helps employees find new jobs. Why? Because they have been laid off or they have been fired from the previous company. So this recruitment team, they will help the company, okay, to find what? To find they will help employees, not company, to find new jobs after being laid off or terminated. It can help employees transition to new jobs without facing any kind of difficulty. Next is reverse recruiting. Reverse recruiting, see, reverse means what? Opposite. So what happens in such kind of case? For example, in my company, okay, a person is working in what? In product department. Okay, he is working in product department. He is very, you can say, active. Okay, he is very self-directed. He is very self-motivated. I know that this person may work in a better position. So what I do, okay, I will ask either in my company if there is a position, or I will ask to another company that I have this particular employee. This employee is very hardworking. Okay, I don't have a good position to place this employee. I don't have a very top position to place this particular employee. Could you hire this employee in your organization and put it in the top place? Or if in my company, if there is a high position, I will transfer this particular person to the high position. This is what reverse recruiting. Now, so the process of selection. What is the process of selection? First, preliminary interview is done. Okay, after that, the recruitment form. After that, the HR will receive the application. They will see the application, examine the application. Screening of examination means they will examine the application. After examining, they will take a test, a written test, a interview, a phone call interview. After that, check the reference, medical examination, and then finally they will select and onboard the candidate. Okay, same as recruitment. Now, training. Training, what are the benefits of training? Okay, we provide, whenever a new candidate comes to the organization, we provide them a proper training so that the employee skill may be developed. So it increases the productivity. If we provide them the training, the production will increase. Why? Because their are enhanced, the employee skills are enhanced, and skills are enhanced, it means they can produce more goods. So it increases productivity. Now, performance is being improved. If a employee, the skills has been developed, so he or she will perform more, so there are less chances that they will do absenteeism. So it reduces what? It reduces the turnover of the company, so they will work more. Okay, they will work more, they will be motivated to perform better in the organization. Increased employee engagement. Yes, what happens if the training is provided in a good manner? Okay, so they will feel that they are being valued, they are being motivated. And once they are being motivated, then they will perform good in the company. So to make your company grow at growth will be fast. It helps in the improvement of morale, it boosts the morale of the employees, encourages teamwork. Okay, if their skills are developed, everything is good, then definitely they will work in a proper coordination. Okay, they will work in a team, they will work in group, and it attracts employees and increased promotion chances. Yes, with the help of proper training, what happens? Okay, your skills are developed, you will do that particular task more, and if you will do more, then definitely there are chances that you can get a high promotion in your specification. So it increases the promotion as well. So these are the few benefits of training. Yes, again, after benefits, we have types of training: on the job training and off the job training. Okay, so on the job training means that is provided inside the company, okay, at the location of the company. Whereas off the job training methods, the training will provide, okay, beyond the location of your company. Means if your location, suppose 10-kilometer distance, okay, or at some other place you are being given a training, that is off the job training, not the location where your company is being situated. So on the job training refers to a form of training which is provided what at the workplace. It is provided at the workplace during the performance of the actual job. Whereas on the job training, it is provided the training is being provided outside the actual work or actual location. It includes job instruction training, okay, coaching, mentoring, job rotation, apprenticeship training. Here, vestibule role play. So, job instruction training is what the instructor will come, they will give you the instruction regarding the job. Okay, they will showcase you the demo, and after that, they will ask you to perform in the same manner. That is job instruction training. Coaching is simply the same. Okay, the mentor will come, they will give you the instruction, and in their supervision, you have to perform. Mentoring means the same, mentor will come and under his guidance he will provide you all the guidance that this is how we perform the work, okay, this is how you have to do the work. And after that, what happens after the next day, you have to perform the work alone. That is mentoring. Job rotation means rotating job from one place to another place. Now role playing vestibule means a simulation like training structure they will provide you, okay, virtual environment they will create you, they will not give you the real environment. Seki model, very important. Seki model is developed by whom? Nonaka and Takeuchi. So this Seki model is basically the full form of socialization, okay, externalization, combination, and internalization. Okay, socialization means what you learn from your people, what you learn through your experience. That is socialization. Externalization means what you learn from your competitors. Combination means when you combine the old knowledge to the new knowledge, the knowledge which you have learned from experience and the new knowledge, that is combination. And internalization means when you practical apply all these knowledge, practical application of the knowledges which you have acquired, practical application of knowledge. So this is internalization. So this is very important. Seki model. Now, performance appraisal. So there are two methods of performance appraisal. Performance appraisal means what? At the end of the year, okay, or at the end of the your job, okay, the 1 year you have completed. So after that, the time comes of the performance appraisal. That how you have done the work, okay, how much activity you have performed in your tenure. So we have for this we have two types of method. First is old method, also known as past, and future method. This is also known as new method. So in old methods, we have trait. We analyze. Okay, we actually appraise. We do the performance appraisal with the help of trait. Okay, your personality. Rating scale. We provide the rating. Okay, 1 to 5 rating will be provided to the employees. Some employees will be given 3, 5. Okay, forced choice method means there is like 20% is for average. Okay, below 20% is bad, above 20% is moderate, and more than 40% is very good. So now it is being forced to give them the choices. We cannot give them choice like 25% or 18%. We have to give them either bad, either good, either best, either average, either bad. Okay, so it is being forced to give them the choices. Critical incident method means suppose, for example, your employer has done anything bad in the company, okay, or any kind of circumstances came, any bad circumstances came, but at that time the employee does not work properly. Okay, his attitude was entirely different. So that was the incident when you can analyze that particular person. So it was critical incident. Confidential records means keeping all the records private of your employees. So it is not mandatory that you have to reveal each and everything in the organization, in the office. Some things are keep kept as confidential, as secret. Trend portrait is a type of performance appraisal method where you can plot on a graph, plot on a, you can give a pictorial representation of any employee. And with the help of that, they have been given performance appraisal. So now forced distribution method, as I have already told you that you are being forced to give. You cannot give like 11% or 15%. You have to give either 10% poor, 1% is also poor, 10% is also poor. Okay, 20% is below average. So 11% is also below average. or 20% is also below average. So you cannot give them 15% or 16%. You are forced to give them this percentage criteria. Okay, so this is what post distribution method, where employees might be categorized into different groups such as top 20, middle 60, bottom 20 based on their past performance. Now, future-oriented method, which future-oriented methods means they will focus for, they will, the performance will be focused for the future rather than just evaluating their past performance. It means in the path-oriented method, in the old method, what we do, we see the past performance of our candidates. Whereas in future-oriented methods, we will not only see the past performance, but we will also analyze the future. Okay, so we will not go for only for the past performance. Now, management by objectives. What is MBO? MBO is what it basically tells that in an organization, both manager as well as the employees, those who are working in the organization, so should work in a group. Okay, whatever decisions are taken in the organization, it has to be taken in the consent of both the members of the organization as well as the employees of the organization. Means both should agree on a certain fact, on a certain criteria. Management by objective. It was given by whom? Peter F. Drucker, 1954. And management by objective, it says that the goals of the employees and the organization should match. It should not be like that ki members of the organization, employees are going in the right direction and managers are going in the left direction. No, their goals should match together. Then only then only our organization can grow and build. Okay, so MBO aligns the goals of the individual employees with the goals of the company. That the goals of the employees and company should be same. The standard should be there to measure the performance. There should be clear communication between the managers and employees. And supporters of MBO say that giving employees their clear goals will help them in motivating and in their commitment. Next is for future. In future oriented, we have BARS. Okay, behaviorally anchored rating scale. The full form of BAR is. So it is also a method of performance appraisal which will evaluate the attitude of a person, which will evaluate the behavior of the person. With the evaluation of that behavior, you can, with the help of the behavior and attitude, you can evaluate the performance of the employee. How he or she can behave in any circumstances, in any phase, how he or she can behave. So with the help of this, you can evaluate the employee's performance. Clear? Now, healthy industrial relation means what? Healthy means what? A good relation. Industrial means the relation in your company, in your organization. So it means having a good and healthy relation between you and the members of the organization, between the owners and members of the organization, in the making our workplace a very happy and healthy. That employers and workers understand and respect each other. There should be no major conflict, no disagreement happens. If any disagreement, if any chaos happens, then it should be eliminated. Okay, it should be eliminated effectively. It should be solved there only. It should be resolved soon. So both should work in a good manner, in a healthy manner. There should be coordination. There should be a proper teamwork between members who are working in the organization. Both should feel that they both are important. The manager also feel that workers are important for our company, and employers should also feel that the manager is also important for us. So to create a work environment where everyone feels valued and motivated. And with the help of this, the performance will be better. Clear? So yes, this was all for today. That's all for today. So we have completed our unit 4 staffing. And I brought all important concepts which are important, which are relevant for the examination. So we have covered unit 1, unit 2, unit 3 and unit 4 so far. Today is the fifth unit and the name of the unit is directing. It is the functions of management. Directing is one of the functions of management. So today we will going to complete directing. Okay, all the important concept over here. And which paper we are We are covering ABFM paper. Sure. Let's start with the concept of directing. See, we have covered planning. Okay. We have covered organizing. Yesterday, we covered staffing. Now, next is what directing. Directing means what? When a person is, where those employees who are working in your organization, somewhat what happens, they will not perform their work. Okay, their morale will go down. So it is the duty of the owner, it is the duty of the managers to direct him, okay, to guide him, to support him, to instruct him in the way the he is performing. So the technique of instructing and guiding the people at work is known as what? It is known as directing. Directing simply means that when you are supporting your employees, when you are guiding your employees, you are providing a type of guidance so that they can perform well. And if they will perform well, definitely the goals of the organization, the growth of the organization will be going above. There are four elements of directing, okay? Oh, very important. What are the four elements of directing? First is supervision, second is leadership, third is motivation, and fourth is communication. Let's do one by one. Now, leadership. Leadership is what? It is a process of influencing and guiding others to achieve a common goal. See, every organization have their common goal. Every organization have their targets. To achieve these targets, we need human resource, we need human capital. So it is the duty of the leader to guide all the peoples, to motivate them. Okay, timely they should motivate their people also, their followers also, their employees, so that they can go and achieve their the targets which have been defined by the company. So they involve variety of behaviors, mindset. So this is very important line. It has been stated by Keith Davis that the capacity to convince other people to eagerly pursue predetermined goals is an essential leadership skill. What he says that if you have the power to persuade the people, if you have the power to influence the people to work in the same manner in the which you want them to perform. Okay, so it is what it is known as leadership, so that they can perform the predetermined goals in an essential leadership skill. So it is what a leadership skill when they have the capacity to convince other people, to influence other people in the same manner which a leader want them to perform the activity. So a leader should have different qualities to perform. First is vision, that a clear vision should be there. Okay, what you want from the organization, what is your future target, so in future what you want that your organization should stood at whichever point, so that point is known as a vision. Suppose organization, my organization is now at the middle level. Okay, it is at the medium level. Now I want my organizations to stood at the top level. So what it means that you have decided a clear vision in your mind that you want your organization to be a unicorn. Then communication. So communication is again very important, because if you will not going to communicate with your members, if they will not going to communicate, if they have any kind of issues and you are not solving their issues, you are not solving their grievances, so it would be difficult for a owner also, for a manager also to achieve their targets. So communication plays a very important role, that you should listen to your employees, you should listen to your people. Respect. It means that both should respect each other. It's not that only low level employees will going to respect the top level employees. No, the top level, the top authority should also, they should also respect to the people who are situating at the low level. Integrity means there should be honesty. Trustworthy means the employees should trust you, they should have faith in you. Courage, whatever initiative you have thought for your organization, you should be very courageous to stood for that. You should be very courageous to bring every person to move in the right direction. There should be self awareness, that understanding your personality trait, behavior, anxieties, and emotion. If your behavior is good towards your employees, towards the organization, then definitely the employees will definitely do hard work to achieve your targets, to achieve organizational goals. But if your behavior is not good, then they will not going to work so hard Collaboration, again, collaboration means a coordination, a teamwork. Both should understand that each one of you is important. So these are the some qualities of a leadership which every leader should have in himself or herself. Now, there are some leadership models, okay? Authoritarian, participative, delegative, transactional, transformational. Let's do one by one. Now, authoritarian leadership. Authoritarian leadership means what? One who gives authority. One who gives authority to his or her employees. It means the authority. And the other name of authoritarian is what? Autocratic leadership. It is a management style where a leader has an absolute authority. Okay, very important, and control over their subordinate. So, what the leader will say, the same thing the subordinate has to follow, the same thing the employees has to follow. Okay, they cannot question ki, why you are asking me to perform this activity. I will not going to perform. It is not my expertise. No, whatever the leader will say, they have to perform the same activity. That is what it is said as authority. He has the centralized power. Authoritarian leadership has centralized power, means the decision making power. Only one person will take decision making power. Rules are very strict. Proper hierarchies has to be maintained. That is also known as scalar chain. Okay, suppose A, B, C, D. If the authoritarian leadership will say that A will only report to B. If A wants to report D, he cannot go directly to D. He has to go to B. B will go to C. Then C will finally go to the D. So in such a way, A grievances or A's issues can go to D. He or she cannot directly reach to D. Minimal participation, that there should be very less participation of employees. They will not going to participate in the decision making criteria. Only the leader will participate. Unquestioning obedience means followers or the employees who are working in the organization, they are only expected to follow orders. They cannot question them. They cannot follow orders without debate. Okay, whatever the leader has said, they has to follow that. This is authoritarian leadership style. Now, participative leadership is a type of leadership where both employees and managers participate in the activities. Both employees and managers, they participate together. And it is also known as democratic leadership. So there will be better decision if both will participate, both will have a collective ideas, then definitely they will going to reach to a particular target easily. Improved creativity, yes, when all the people will come together to involve in decision making process, then definitely they will give more ideas. There will be more brainstorming. So hence it will improve the creativity. It will develop new ideas for the organization. Again, there will be less conflict. Okay, see, if every people will come together, if they will work in a proper decision making aspect, then we need to take care of every people who are coming together, who are bringing their ideas. Okay, we should respect their ideas, we should respect their innovations. So there will be less conflict because everybody is coming and they are giving their ideas. So henceforth the satisfaction level also increases. And collaborative environment, that is participative leadership can create a collaborative and inclusive means everything which is included in the internal organization. So collaborative environment means where every manager, every leader, every employee will come together and they participate on a proper one direction goal. That is whatever their target has been set. Okay, they will participate in their decision making process. So this is participative and it is also known as democratic leadership. Very important. No. Delegative means what? It the one another major famous name of delegative is what? Laissez-faire leadership. It means what? See, the owner or the manager, he is saying that let them give the freedom. Whom? Employees. Let employees give them the freedom. Let I will also see how they are performing in the organization. Okay, I'm not going to bind them for any activity, for any principle, for any approach, for any rules and regulation. I am giving them the freedom to participate in all matters, to take all of your responsibilities. Okay, whatever you think is good for the organization, go ahead and take those initiatives. It means that they are delegating. It focuses on delegating initiative to their team members. That is, let them do in their own manner. I may also see how they are working in the organization. So this is generally known as one of the least intrusive forms of leadership. Means here leader is will not going to participate in any activity. He will not going to come and create any kind of conflict. He is making all the employees free to perform their own activity. So this is delegative leadership style, and the other name is laissez-faire leadership. That is, let them do. Okay, now this is a type of transactional leadership. As you can see the image, okay, transactional leadership, it means what? Similarly, give and take policy. Transactional leadership says that if you are giving your good output, if you're giving your good input to the organization, okay, then definitely we will reward you. If you are not completing your task, not taking any kind of responsibilities, not finishing your work, it means I will punish you. It means if you have done good job, then the manager will reward you. If you have done the bad job, okay, not worthy, not worth enough, then the leader will punish you. This is simply give and take policy. If you will give me better result in the organization, I will reward you, I will praise you. If you will not going to give me the better result, okay, then I will punish you. So this is transactional leadership. Here this girl has done a good job, so the boss is rewarding him. Here this person has not done the good job, so the boss is scolding him, punishing him. Clear? Now, transformational leadership is what which will transform your way of seeing, way of looking things, way of perception. That is, your perception will be transformed. It is a style of leadership that inspires and motivates others to achieve a vision. Your perception will change. That is a type of transformational leadership. They will change your entire perception, entire perspective of looking things. They will do a transform. And this in such type of leadership, the leader encourages and empowers the followers to work towards what? Achieving the goal. So there are again various theories of motivation. Some theories we have completed in our basics of management, and some are rest of the theories let's complete over here. So ERG theory is what? It is just a one level. Okay, it just follows the which level theory, as you can see over the image, that is Maslow's hierarchy level of need theory. Okay, so this is based on Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of need theory, where in Abraham Maslow's he have given the needs in 5 stages, and in this ERG theory, Clayton Elderfer has given the needs in totality of 3 phases: existence, growth, and existence, relatedness, and growth. So this is first, this is second, and this is third. Everything is same. In physiological, we fulfill our basic level needs. Then safety comes, security level needs, love and belongings, family level needs, self-esteem. It includes the respect and recognition, and self-actualization. It means a position where few people are there. Okay. So it includes E stands for existence, R stands for relatedness, and G stands for growth. This theory is based on Maslow's hierarchy level of need theory, and all the things are same except this has been given in 3 names: ERG. ERG. Now, Porter and Lawler's theory of motivation. So this theory of motivation given by 2 people. First is Porter. Full name of Porter is Lyman W. Porter and E. Lawler in 1960. Okay, so they in this theory they told that the performance which a person do in their organization and the level of satisfaction they get, we calculate the relation of these two elements. So it emphasizes the relationship between performance and satisfaction. The more performance you will give to the organization, you will be satisfied more. That is the input, the contribution which employees give to the organization in the form of effort, in the form of skills, experience, education. And what performance they will go do? They will perform their activity, they will execute their task. After executing, after performing, what comes? The result comes. Okay, and that result will be denoted as what? Outcomes. If the result comes in a positive manner, then definitely they will be satisfied. If it comes in negative manner, then they will be dissatisfied. So the input you are giving to the organization, the performance you are completing over there, you are performing your task. After performance, whatever outcome comes, whatever result comes, if the result is good, okay, then you will be feel more satisfied. Next is equity theory. E stands for equity and right E stands for equality. That means equality means what? We should not create differences between the or between members who are working in the organization. That there should be right balance between the person who are working. Suppose the person is giving 100% and in return you are paying the salary just 75%. No, it should not be that. Okay, if he is giving 100%, you should also give him the 100%. Means there should be right balance between the work done and the salary get. Now, Bloom's expectancy theory. This theory of motivation explains that how people are motivated to perform work. So it includes three elements, that is expectancy, instrumentality, and balance. E into I into V. Expectancy means what? You are expecting something. What you are expecting that if I will put effort in the organization, so definitely it will lead to a good performance. That is what? That is your expectancy. You are expecting if I will give the effort, suppose 100%. Now, this effort, 100% giving effort in the organization will lead to the 100% performance in the organization or not. This is what expectancy. Now, instrumentality means that how much you are believing. If you have faith, if the people have faith in you that your performance will be good, you will going to do a great in the organization. You will definitely provide best result to the organization. That is what? That is instrumentality. And balance means how desirable the outcome is, how much healthy the outcome is. That is balance. Balance means a value. Yeah, so they talk about the three elements expectancy, instrumentality, and balance. Now, next is what? Communication. Communication is also one of the important element of directing. So I. Richards wrote important communication is what? It is the interaction between two people. It takes place when one mind so act upon the environment. It is the interaction between two or more people, that is communication. And communication, there are different types of communication. Interpersonal communication means when you are communicating with another person, okay, with other person. Intrapersonal communication means what? When you are communicating with yourself, like with oneself. Like if you are thinking something, if you are speaking something to your own, so that is what? That comes under intrapersonal communication. And there is one more, linear model of communication. Linear model of communication is what? It is a one-way communication. Means only one-sided communication is happening. Like for example, you are watching the TV. Okay, so TV is what? TV is giving communicating you, but you cannot communicate to the TV. The radio. You are listening to the radio, but you cannot communicate to the radio. So all this comes under where? Linear model of communication. Now, next is supervision. Supervision means what? To see, that is oversee. Okay, supervise. Supervision is the Latin word. Super means from the above, vision means to see. It means to see from the above, that is oversee. If you have to see that employee are performing well or not, their performance, okay, their attitude towards the organization, their behavior towards employee. If you are supervising all these things, it means you are keeping a control on your employee. You are keeping an eye on your employee that whether their performance is good or not. So it is one of elements of direction besides motivation, leadership, and communication. Again, it is performed at all levels of management, means guiding the employees so that they can achieve their targets. According to Whittier, supervision is direct and immediate guidance and control. It is what? It is the guidance and control of subordinates' performance. And George R. Terry and Stephen G. Franklin define this is important that supervision is again guiding and directing efforts of employees and their resources so that they can achieve their output, they can achieve their goals of the organization. Here, then, any doubt to anyone? So we have completed all the important concepts of directing, all the important models of directing and the elements. So these two are very important from the examination point of view. The models of leadership, leadership theories, leadership theories, and the elements of directing. So I hope you have enjoyed the session. If you have enjoyed the session, kindly please like the video and share it with others as well. Our last unit, that is unit number 6 of module A, and today itself the module A will get over. From tomorrow we will going to start our module B. Clear? So it is the last unit, that is the name of the unit is controlling. We are covering ABFM paper from 8:30 to 9 and from 9 to 9:30 ABM paper. So these two paper I'm covering on YouTube. Chalo, let's start. What is controlling? See, we know that in management there are 5 functions of management, starting from planning to ending controlling. So what you have planned, how you have organized your activities, how you have directed your people, you have supported your people, who are working in your organization. So how do we get to know that they are working in a good and correct way? Their performance is better. They have completed their whole task with the help of controlling. So with the help of controlling, we will get to know that the people who are working in our organization, the employees who are working in our organization, they have performed very well. Okay, have do they have performed well or not? So with the help of controlling method, controlling function, we can easily find out that. So it is one of the important functions of management. In order to seek planned result from the subordinate, okay, we will check that, we will do the monitoring. With the help of monitoring, we will check that our employees are working in a good way or not. They are working for our organization to be successful or not, for the goodwill of the organization or not. So we will ensure that an organization resources, all the people, they are being effectively and efficiently used or not for the achievement of our organizational goals. So this is the basic definition of controlling. It ensures that activities in an organization are performed as per the plans or not. The plans which we have formulated in our organization, are we covering all those plans or not? If yes, then yes, the method of controlling is done in a good way. And if not, then whatever deviations are there, we need to improve that so that we can achieve our predetermined targets, predetermined goals. So types of control management. So there are in organization, there are total 3 types of control management: the feedback control, the proactive, and the concurrent control. So feedback control means what? These controls are based on the feedback received after the activity. Once the activity has taken place in your organization, after that, the about the activity, if you are getting the feedback, that is feedback control. Proactive control means you should know before the start of any activity if you are controlling anything after the starting of the activity. So you that is proactive control, means you are active before only, before starting any kind of activity. If you are ready for that, if you are ready to control anything in your organization before the activity has started, that is proactive control. So it will anticipate problems well in advance and the corrective actions taken accordingly. Suppose if you have thought that you will going to launch the product in next month. Okay. By seeing the market fluctuation, market deviations, market condition, you have made a thought in your mind that no, this is not the right time to launch the product. It will not going to take place. It will not, the customers will not going to purchase this because the demand is very low, the inflation is you can say very low. Okay, there is not much supply of money in the environment in the market, so don't need to launch the product now, we will launch it later. So this is you have taken, you have controlled this activity before the activity that is happening. It is what proactive control. And concurrent control means parallelly you are doing the activity is taking place, and parallelly you are controlling its activity. That is, these controls are based on the real time engagement of the controller as the activity is being carried out, and you are also controlling the activity. So these are types of control management, and all these three types are very, very important. What are the process? What are the steps of controlling? First, establish standards and methods for measuring performance. Suppose you have set your target that in January by the last of January 2025 you will going to achieve 15,000 units of production. Okay, you will make 15,000 units of goods. Let's say any kind of product A. So this is your target. These are your established standards. Now, you have to see that whether you can obtain these 15,000 units of production or not. The first step, what you have done is you have established your standards. And now, second step is you will going to measure the performance. Suppose after the end of the January 2025, okay, once the month ended, you saw that your production was only 12,000 units. The goals was how much? The goals was 15,000, but you have only produced 12,000 units of goods. That is, you will measure the performance. Now, you will see third step determine whether performance matches the standard. Now, you will see that whether the performance which I have made in the organization and the performance which I have set for the organization has set for me, do they match or not? If they match, then yes, you have done a great job. Okay, you have set the targets, you have achieved your targets in a beautiful way. But if you have not achieved your target, if there is any kind of differences, or in differences we can say deviations, you need to understand why this deviation occurred. Okay, what was the purpose behind these definition deviations, behind these differences? The differences was how much? 3,000 units. So for this 3,000 units, you will take corrective actions. You will take corrective measures to solve these problems. So this is control process. First, we establish the standards. After that, we will measure the performance. After that, we will check that whether the performance which we have made, or whether the performance which we have made in the organization and the standard performance, are they both matching or not? Are they both aligning or not? If yes, then fine. If no, then you have to take corrective action for that. So this was all about controlling process. Now, we have two techniques for the control method. For controlling, we have two techniques. The one is traditional, the one is modern. Traditional means the old technique and modern means the new technique. In traditional, we have further four techniques. Personal observation means going personally, visiting to the workplace and observing that whether your manager, whether your workers are working or not. So manager will personally go and they will visit the workplace, and they will check that whether the workers are working in a good way or not. Now, break even analysis. Break even analysis is what? It is a point where there is no profit, no loss. Means you have incurred rupees 100, and in return you are making rupees profit of rupees 100. It means what amount you have given, the outflow of cash 100, and the inflow of cash 100. It means no profit, no loss. So this is a situation of break even analysis. Let's do. So break even analysis, again, it is a financial tool which is used in controlling technique. It is at a point at which a business revenue equal its cost. This is very important, where the revenue of the business are equal to its cost. That means the revenue equal to its cost. That position comes what? Break even. This is break even point. Okay, suppose this is the revenue, this is the cost, and when they both meet, that is the break even point. It includes further elements, the fixed cost. Fixed costs are those costs which will not change as the level of the production increases, like rent. Whether you produce 10 unit of goods, whether you produce 10 lakh unit of goods. Okay, the rent where you have established your machines, they will not going to change. The rent you have to pay every month, the whatever amount what you have been, um, like for, let's take an example, 15,000. The place where your factory has been set up, you pay every month 15,000. So it doesn't matter whether you work there, whether the production is happening less or more, you have to pay 15,000 every month. It means you have to pay. Variable costs are those costs which will change with the level of production, like raw material. You are producing 10 units of good, you require less raw material. You are producing 10,000 units of goods, you require more raw material. So they will change according to the change in the output. Sales per unit, the amount charged to customer for each unit sold. For one single unit, what for single unit the which the manager is selling to its employees, to its customers. Okay, so what amount is being charged for that single unit is sales per price. And contribution margin is the difference between the sales and variable cost. That is sales, suppose your 50,000 are sales, okay, and your variable cost is, let's say, 20,000. So whatever amount which is left, that is your contribution. So it tells that you have this much amount to cover your fixed cost. Statistical reports, again, they are type of reports that will provide different types of data to monitor the performance of the employees in the organization, okay, to control them, to monitor performance, identify the trends, and make informed decisions. So, with the help of the statistical reports, with the help of proper data, when data is collected, after that, data has been divided into different sections. So these reports often include basic statistical measures like mean, median, standard deviation, percentage. So definitely these statistical reports, these are what? These are measured in terms of numbers. They involve numbers. So they are play an important role in control technique by providing data-driven insight that will help the organization to monitor the performance, to identify the trends. Trends means what? What is trending now in the organization, in the outside of the organization. And how can we know that? With the help of pestle, we can know that. So this will provide a great insight for the organization. Budgetary control means for every different plans, for different departments, for different sections, you have prepared a budget. Like for finance department, you have prepared that 20 lakh is the budget. For sales department, okay, for operations department, you have planned that the budget is, let's say, 15,000. Okay, for you can say for banking department, the budget is, let's say, 18 lakh. Okay, so for every department, you have prepared the budget. For raw material, you have prepared that 10 lakhs are the budget for the raw material, and within these only the goods have to be made, the finished goods have to be produced. So budgetary control, it is a financial management technique that involves what? The preparation of which budgets for every department, monitoring what? Actual performance against these budget. So my budget is that within 10 lakh rupees, I have to deliver all the goods to the consumers. Okay, I have to produce, let's say, 20 lakh goods. This is my budget, and within this budget, I have to prepare goods 20 lakh. So now I cannot exceed this budget. I have to prepare this under this budget only. So it helps us to make adjustment that if you have a low budget, still how you can grow your business, how you can move ahead your business. So this tells what budgetary control. So we have budget for different categories, for sales, for production, for operating budget, capital budget, that it plans for long term investment. So budget preparation, it comes under all these categories will come under budget preparation. For sales budget, expected sales estimate. Production budget determines the number of units to be produced based on the sales forecast. If your sales are more, you know that it is the high time that in winter the woolen clothes will people will purchase more. Okay, so definitely you have to do the production of the woolen clothes in the month of, in definitely in summer you will produce your winter clothes, then only you will able to sell na. If you will produce your winter clothes in the winter only, then what's the sense of producing them? So accordingly, that according to the sales you have to produce your what, you have to produce the production, you have to do the production of your products. Operating, it includes revenues and expenses for operation. For operation means what? For day to day operation, day to day life, day to day business life, whatever things you need in your day to day business life, you need to make a budget for that as well. And yes, if you are preparing the budget, you need to monitor the budget, that it should not go beyond 10 lakh rupees. It should not go beyond 2 lakh rupees. So the budget should not go beyond that. So monitoring is helpful for analyzing the performances. Then return on investment. So what is return on investment? Whatever you are investing on, whichever project you are investing. So what return you are getting back from that particular project is the return on investment. Again, financial metric used to evaluate the profitability of an investment. Suppose I have four projects. Project one, two, three, four. I'm investing on this project. Now, this project is giving me high returns or not. This project is profitable or not. I have to analyze that. I have to look up on it. So after looking, after analyzing, I have thought that no, it will give me the good return. So return on investment is what the profit which you get on investing in any project, that is return on investment. So this is the formula, net investment gain upon cost of investment into 100. And how to calculate net profit? That is the total revenue minus total cost. If there is positive ROI, it means that the investment is profitable. If there is negative ROI, it means what? Negative ROI, it means the investment was not good, it was worst for your company. Now, ratio analysis means what? Ratio analysis, it will tell the financial health of the company. Ratio, with the help of ratio analysis, we can get to know about the financial health of the company. How much healthy the company is. It involves using financial ratios to evaluate company's performance and financial condition. With the help of balance sheet, how much liquid amount your company is carrying, operational activities the company is doing, how much it carries, okay, the profitability, how much profit your company is making every year. Everything we need to analyze under this financial health, and financial health is good, then ratio analysis will also. So for this, we have liquid ratio and financial ratio. Liquidity ratio, it will help us to determine the short-term debts, whether whether in my company we have sufficient amount to cover our short-term debts or not. It describes liquidity ratio. Whereas financial ratios, they will tell that to cover our long-term assets, we have sufficient amount in our company or not. A company is having sufficient amount for covering their long-term assets. If they have, then they all include under financial leverage ratio. So they compare the company's debt level with its asset, equity, and earnings. Whereas the liquidity ratio, it measures a company's ability to pay off short-term debt. Short-term debt means what? Less than 1 year, that is short-term debt. Debt means what? We know that debt means borrowed money. If a company is having this much amount ki they can pay their short term debts, that is defined under liquidity ratio. And for this further we have two ratios, current ratio and quick ratio. Current ratio formula is current assets by current liabilities. Okay, and quick ratio formula is quick assets by current liabilities. Okay, if you will deduct bank overdraft from the quick ratio, then you will get this answer. Now, in financial leverage ratio, it will tell the financial cost, interest cost, interest cost, financial cost, all this come under their long-term cost. So is your company is having this much amount ki they can easily pay their long-term debts, they can easily pay their long-term money, long-term funds. If they have, then they those come under financial leverage. And for this further, we have three types of ratios. Debt equity ratio means debt equity ratio, debt assets ratio, and interest coverage ratio. So in financial, if you will read our seventh unit, sorry, eighth unit, the leverage, you will get to know more about financial leverage. It includes the financial cost, that is debt. And debt is what? The money which you borrow for your operations, daily operations. Borrowed money, yeah, that is debt. Now, responsibility accounting. Responsibility accounting is what? It mainly focuses on the work, that is on the task of the performance of the employees. So responsibility accounting, it is a management accounting system that assigns responsibilities to individual and focuses on the workforce rather than method. Rather than how they are working, you have to focus amount of the work they have done. Okay, that is what responsibility. So we have four centers for this: revenue, cost, profit, investment center. So business will they will do a proper assessment. Okay, they have different assessment centers where they will keep a employee in such a real life situation and they will ask that you have to perform. Okay, how you will going to react in such cases. So basically the amount of work matters more than the method of the work. Yeah. What is PERT and CPM? PERT and CPM, that is program evaluation and review technique, and CPM is critical path method. So program evaluation review technique is what? It basically tells that, okay, it focuses on analyzing the time needed to complete each task. Means how much time anything will take to complete a particular task. That is what? That is PERT. PERT, it basically tells in the form of graphical representation, in the form of charts. Whereas CPM is what? CPM is critical path method. It tells that where you know that in this particular time you can complete this particular task. Where time is not defined, that is where time is not defined, that is PERT. You don't know how much time it will take to complete a particular task. But on a certain project, you know that yes, in 3 months I can able to complete this task. That is what? That is your CPM. It is used for projects where task durations are predictable. You can easily predict the task. And now what you are finding in this, you know that in 3 months you can complete this task. Now you are finding the way कि in less than 3 months how I can able to complete this task. You are finding the shortest time to complete the particular task. It focuses on identifying the longest path through the project, which determines the shortest time to complete the project. Clear? And in PERT, it is primarily used for projects where the time required to complete the task is uncertain. It is basically used for such projects where you are unaware of the time, that how much time it will take to complete. Suppose you are newly hired in the organization. Here, now I will tell you that you have to teach this particular chapter, this particular unit to your students. Like let's take an example for 10th boards, you have to teach SST. You are newly hired. So you are unaware of the syllabus. You don't know that how much time it will take to complete. Might be it take more than 7 months. might be take more than 9 months. Okay, you are unaware of this particular subject. So where the time period is uncertain, where the time period you cannot predict, in that case we use both. And where you can predict the time period, in that case you use CPM. Again, these are the two management tools that is helpful in planning, scheduling for complex project, where the projects are very complex, the deadline is very, you can say, very soon. In such cases you use these two type of project. Now next is management information system. Management information system is what? It is a system of collecting, storing, and disseminating data. Disseminating means distribution of data. See, in any organization, the people, the manager who are working in that organization, so they have to get a lot of data. Okay, a lot of data they should require for everything. A lot of information they should want for analyzing the market, for studying the market, for predicting the outsiders. They need a lot of information. So we get a lot of information. If you will search anything on the Google, you will get to see for that particular word a lot of information. But the what information is necessary for you, you will only going to take that for your relevance. You will only going to take that. Similarly, in the organization, what happens? A lot of information is there, a lot of data is there. So owner, manager, or the employees, they will only take those data. They will only going to take those information which is useful for them. They will not going to carry every type of information which is unnecessarily making the company more, you can say, complex. So only information they will take. Information is needed to carry out the functions of management. So it is a planned system. We do proper planning that what kind of information we want. These are the informations available and we only need these two information. So you will take this information, that is filtering out. You are filtering your relevant information from all the informations provided to you. So it is what? It is a planned activity of collecting the information, storing the information, and distributing data in the form of information needed to carry out different functions of management. So we have people as data, we have a lot of data, we have different software also, hardware also. So what is necessary for us, we will only going to take that, we will only going to carry that. Next, IT application and control. So yes, in organization, we know every day there are advancements of technology happening. Okay, techno friendly. We should become techno friendly. So we need IT in our organization as well. IT means information technology. So what IT will tell? Okay, what IT application will help us? They will help us to check for completeness. They will help us to check all the validity. Okay, we have all the valid knowledge or not, valid information or not. Any kind of application system is not working, we can check it from that also. Every user should access everything. Okay, if any private data is there, it should not be accessible to everyone. Okay, it should be hidden by the manager of the company. We should protect the data integrity of the information. So this IT application, this basically tells you that the things which manager, which owners, they want that you should know, only information will be given to you. Otherwise, rest of the information will be kept as private. Okay. So there should be data integrity in the organization. The proper ethics should be there. Code of conduct. Okay. So this was all about IT information and control, and all these are given for your reference. So the PDF will be uploaded after the YouTube session ends. So you can download the PDF and you can read all these things. Here now. So we have done the important concept in our controlling chapter, and now it's time to start ABM. So let's join for ABM class. So I hope you have enjoyed this class, and we'll meet you tomorrow at the same time. Till then, take care, everyone. Goodbye. And don't forget to like the video if you think that this video helped you in any way. And don't forget to share it as well. Keep studying, keep watching. So, hello everyone. I hope everything is clear to you that we have discussed in this particular session. So, I hope you like the video. And if you feel that sessions are helpful to you, then yes, you can comment, you can give your feedback, and you can also enroll in our capsule batch because the exams are very near. We have very limited time for our exam. So make sure you have enrolled in our capsule batch where we will be discussing in a very short period of time the whole of our paper. So every module, every topic, every concept, again we will be revising in our capsule batch. So make sure you all have enrolled in our capsule session, in our capsule batch. So thank you all again for watching this session and let's meet in our capsule batch.